Sheikh, there's a question from a sister where she asked that how much does a wife have to have someone with a husband who's going through certain physical defects like ED?
Like what?
ED, like erectile dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction.
Because no treatments worked for a few years gone by. So how long does she have to be patient?
So the question is regarding a man who is not able to have intimate relations with his wife. And there are two types of men in that category. There are those who refuse to have sexual intimacy with their wives even though they are able, and then there are those who are unable due to illness, such as the questioner mentioned, erectile dysfunction. Then it is the haqq of the woman and the right of the woman that her husband has intimate relations with her, marital relations with her. If he is not able to, then she has a right to seek separation. She has a right, it is a haqq. Likewise, the man who is not able to provide his wife with children, either because he refuses or he is unable, he is, for example, infertile, then it is permissible for her to seek separation either through divorce or through khula. That is something that is permitted for her, as the scholars have mentioned, from them Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz rahimahullah ta'ala. Why? Because it is the right of the woman. If she remains with him and she chooses to be patient, then that is allowed for her. Also, it is allowed for her. And it is known from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with his wife Sauda radiyallahu anha that she sensed from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because as she was getting older, she sensed from him that he may leave her, divorce her. So she approached the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and she said, Ya Rasulullah, do not leave me, do not divorce me, rather give my night to Aisha radiyallahu anha. So he kept Sauda as his wife, and Sauda gave her night to Aisha radiyallahu anha. So this shows that it is permissible for a woman to remain patient if she chooses to remain patient. And of course, Sauda radiyallahu anha, she wanted to be the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this life and in Jannah. So she had the greatest of, the greatest of desires to remain with him, because she wished to be the wife of the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and remain in that state. So with respect to this particular sister, then every person is different. There is no limit that a person can put and say, well, you have to be patient for 2.5 weeks, or you have to be patient for 2.5 years, or you have to be patient for 6 months. Each person is different. Every person knows their own condition better. So what she should do is that she should reflect over her situation. She should reflect over the fact that this man is not able to give her children, he's not able to be intimate with her, and reflect upon the fact, can she live with that, can she not live with that, is this a fitna for her? Because just as men have desires, women have desires. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed it in both. And she may make istishara, meaning she seeks consultation, not with the whole dunya. Do not go out and inform the dunya, my husband is this and my husband is that. Go to someone who is trusted. This may be your own blood sister, for example, or your mother, someone that you can trust that will keep the secrets, because the point is not to dishonor him. Because if he has this illness, it is something that Allah has afflicted him with. So she makes consultation, or she seeks advice, and then she comes to a decision. And it is not an easy decision for her, of course, it's difficult. Thereafter, after she's made her decision, she makes istikhara after her decision. So she decides, for example, I'm going to ask him to divorce me, or to grant me the khula, whichever she chooses out of the two. And then upon that she makes istikhara, meaning the istikhara comes after the decision. When she makes the istikhara, she asks Allah to guide her to the correctness of her decision, and to turn it away from her if it is bad for her in her dunya and in her deen, and so on. So this is what I would advise that sister with respect to this affair. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam.